For note 7.2, we're solving systems equations again, but we're using three variables. So if we have three variables, we need three different equations as well. So what happens here is we want to get it down to two variables. So we're gonna eliminate and eliminate to get it down to two variables. So I'm going to take the first two and I'm going to take the second two. It really doesn't matter which ones you pick, but I noticed that the y's are pretty easy to get rid of here, so I'll get rid of the y's there as well. Do x's or y's, or there's a lot of different ways you could do it, but I'm going to choose z's here. Okay, so first thing, to eliminate the z's, I'm going to get this to be 6 and then negative 6. So this is 3x plus 9y plus 6z is equal to 3. Multiply here by negative 6. Gives me negative 12x minus 6y plus 6. Whoops, that's already a negative. I want to multiply by 6, not negative 6. So those z's to eliminate. My daughter used this and I think it's all gone now. Okay, so multiply by 6 instead of negative 6 gives me 12x plus 6y minus 6z equals 12. Okay, so notice the z's eliminate here, and I'm left with 15x plus 15y equals 15. Okay, I'm going to take the other two equations down here and eliminate them as well. Okay, so I don't really have to multiply by anything here. Okay, that answer went up there. So 2x plus y minus z is equal to 2, and x plus y plus z is equal to 2. Okay, so notice the z's eliminate here again. So I get 3x plus 2y equals 4. Okay, so notice I eliminate z's and I eliminate z's, and I'm left with just x's and y's. Now I want to put those two together. Okay, so I'm going to eliminate the x's or the y's. I'm going to choose the x's. So 15 and negative 15. So multiply this here by negative 5. So my 15's eliminate. 15 minus 10 would be 5y. And divide and subtract there gives me negative 5. So I know y is negative 1. Okay, now once I know my y is negative 1, then I can start working my way backwards and plugging stuff in. So I'm going to plug it into one of these. I'll just choose this one. I know that 3x, 2 times negative 1 would be negative 2. So I got 3x is equal to 6, so x equals 2. And then I can take both of those and plug them in over here somewhere. So I'll use the last one. So I know that x plus y plus z is equal to 2. So that'd be 1. Subtract the 1 over, gives me z is equal to 1. So I know my x is a 2, my y is a negative 1, my z is a 1. And that is what I am looking for. Now, if you kind of think about this graphically, this is a three-dimensional graph. So you got your x, you got your y, and then there would be a one going through this way, going back the other direction, which would be your z, the three-dimensional. So you have your two-dimensionals here, and then your z is kind of like my pen here, going into it, okay, going back through. Your x, sort of like this. If this is my x and my y, my pencil here would be the z. So you'd have a three-dimensional sort of graph you could look at there, and those are the points where it would intersect, where these three, would intersect. All right, so we'll try another one. I'll try this one in red just to keep it separate. Okay, so looking at these variables, should we stick with z's, eliminate z's? So make this 12, then multiply by 2 here, and by negative 3 here, so it's 12 and negative 12. Okay, now when I put these together, I'm going to put the answer over here. So I got 4x minus 33y, the z's cancel, equals negative 58. Right, put these two together, you guys eliminate your y's again. So I'm going to make 8 and negative 8, so I'm going to multiply by negative 2 up here. So it'll be negative 8x, 18y, negative 2 I said, right? Yeah. Minus 8z, negative 36. And don't need to multiply by anything there. Okay, so that gives me 4x minus 21y, the z's cancel, equals negative 38. Okay, so now I want to put these two together. I'm going to eliminate the x's here by multiplying this one by negative 1. So x's cancel. And that would be negative 20. And dividing gives me y is equal to negative 20 over negative 12, which would be 5/3. So there's my y. Okay, got to plug it back in to find the x. You can use either of these here. I'll use this one. So we multiply those together. Negative 21 times 5/3 gives me negative 35. So add the 35 over, be negative 3, so x is equal to negative 3/4. Take both of these two variables, plug it back into one of these over here. I don't know, let's just use this one. Okay, so 4 times negative 3/4 would be negative 3x. 9 times this would be 15. There's no x there because I plugged that in. Okay, and you solve this here, and you get z is equal to 3/2. So we have x is negative 3/4, y is 5/3, and z is 3/2. There is our solution. Pause this and try it yourself a little bit. Okay, I'm going to use z's again just because they eliminate very nicely, but you could use y's or x's, it really wouldn't matter. Okay, so put these two together, they already eliminate. So I get 3x plus 3y, and z's eliminate, equals 9. Here, I've got to multiply this one. If I put these two together, multiply this one by negative 3, which makes negative 6x plus 3y minus 3z is equal to negative 9. I get negative 3x plus 5y, z's cancel, and 7. Okay, now I want to put these two together. Notice my x's eliminate, so I'm going to eliminate those. So I have 8y is equal to 16. And divide gives me y is equal to 2. Plug this back in over here or somewhere, doesn't matter where. Let's say I plug it in right here. So I have negative 3x, 5 times 2 is 10. Subtract that over, gives me x is 1. Take both of them and plug them into one of the original. I don't know, just take the top one. So that 1 plus 4 times 2 is 8. Minus z is 6. Be 9. Subtract the 9 over. With number 4, we can starting to eliminate. I'm not going to want to do the z's here because there's no z here to eliminate, so I'm going to start with my x's. Okay, so if I eliminate my x's, I'm going to multiply this all by -1 up here, which makes us a negative and a positive and a negative and a positive, right? When I add these together, those eliminate, be 6y minus 4z equals -1. Same thing down here to eliminate my x's. Multiply these all by -1, makes that negative, positive, and negative. So those eliminate, get 3y minus 2z equals -7. Okay, now put these two together, and multiply this by -2 to get rid of my y's here. So it'll be -6x plus 4y is equal to 14. Notice my y's and my z's cancel, right? So I have 0 is equal to 13. Okay, now when this happens, we know that there is no solution to this. Okay, it's an inconsistent problem there. The very last problem we have here, an animal feed is made from corn, soybean, and cottonseed. And one of each of these ingredients provides units of protein, fat, and fiber. So here we have this. So the corn, 1 unit of corn has that much protein, that much fat, that much fiber, etc. How many of each should be used to make a feed that is 22 units protein, 28 units of fat, and 18 units of fiber? Okay, so we just think about the protein. This is how we're going to get the protein. So we'd have the equation 0.25x, we'll call x our corn, how much corn we put in there, plus 0.40y, y will be our how much soybean that we include with it, and the cottonseed plus 0.20z, and that has to equal a total of 22. Okay, and z is the amount of cottonseed. So the fat that we put in be 0.40 times how much of that, plus 0.20 times how many soybeans, plus 0.30 times how much cottonseed has to equal a total of 28 fat. And fiber, 0.30, etc. Whoops, you can't see what I'm writing there. Okay, so just thinking about the amount of protein, we need it to equal 22, and we get this much from every corn, this much for every soybean, and this much for every cottonseed, and the same thing for the fats, and the same thing for the fiber. Okay, so then you want to go through and solve that. I'll just let you solve it. You can put these two together, and it might be helpful for some people to do this. Multiply everything by 100. Okay, so that might be helpful to some people. So then you can eliminate x's, y's, or z's. Yeah, you can choose. I've always just kind of used these. So eliminate your z's. You got 60, right? We can get them both to be 60. So multiply up here by 3 and here by 2, -2. Okay, and eliminate and so forth. You'll get x is equal to 40, y is equal to 15, and z is equal to 30 after you work it all out. So therefore, to get these specifications for what we need 40 units of corn, 15 units of soybean, and 30 units of cottonseed. Okay, now we're going to apply this to what we've been doing to fitting in a parabola. Okay, so say we have 3 points. We have 2, 4, -1, 1, and 2, 5. Say we want to know what parabola goes through these points, right? So let's say we have our parabola looks something like this. I want to know what the equation of that parabola is. Okay, so we've used Desmos and y1 tilde a x1 squared plus bx1 plus c, right? And that'll give it to us. But this is how we can work it out. Let's say we take that first point, plug in the y and the x's. So we would have 4 is equal to, plug in the 2 here. So 2 squared is 4, so it'd be 4a plus 2b plus c. And then we plug this point in here. The y is a 1. So 1 equals negative 1 squared would be 1a. And negative 1 times b. Plug in this y is a 5. X is a negative 2. Negative 2 squared is 4, so it'll be 4a. Negative 2 times b. And plus c. Okay, so that's how we can get our three equations right here. Okay, you want to eliminate. Okay, I would eliminate your c's again. Okay, and go through that process that we just did. It comes up to b. The a comes up to be 5/4. The b comes up to be negative 1/4, and the c comes up to be negative 1/2. Okay, so the parabola would be y equals 5/4 x squared minus 1/4 x minus 1/2. So that parabola will go exactly through those 3 points. Okay, so pause it, try and do this one by yourselves here. Okay, this is 2, 9, so we have our parabola right here, right? So our parabola will look something, I don't know exactly what it looked like, something like that. Use this equation, okay, to plug stuff in. 2 squared is 4. Negative 2 squared is also 4. And 4 is equal to negative 3 squared is 9. And negative 3b. Okay, so there's my 3 equations. Put those together, eliminate the c's, go through the whole process, and see what answer you get there. You get the a comes up to be a 1, b comes up to be a 2, and c comes up to be a 1 when you put it all together. So my equation would be y is equal to 1x squared plus 2x plus 1. And that would be our parabola that would go through those 3 points.